She asked, "Will you even remember me?" I replied, "I could never forget you." I sit in the vinyl chair beside her bed at Evergreen Memory Care, reading from the leather journal we started together 18 months ago. Her eyes, still that impossible shade of gray-green, track the ceiling tiles. Sometimes her fingers twitch. "The nurses say that's normal. September 14th, I read aloud. "You told me the hippocampus starts failing first. Short-term memory goes before long-term. You explained it clinically, like you weren't describing your own future." She blinks. "No recognition. You asked me a question, that night." I turned the page, my voice cracking. "You said, 'Will you even remember me when I'm just a name you used to know?'" I closed the journal. Look at her, the brilliant neurologist who could recite every neural pathway, now lost in the labyrinth of her own dissolving mind. "I told you then what I'll tell you every day until I die. I could never forget you. Ever." She smiles. Vacant, beautiful, gone. But I remember. I remember everything. 18 months earlier. Dr. Elena Voss entered my life on a Tuesday in March, already annotating the clinical trial consent form with a red pen. Paragraph 7. She said, without looking up, "The language about voluntary discontinuation is deliberately vague. You should clarify the threshold for cognitive decline that would trigger mandatory withdrawal." I'd coordinated 50 clinical trials. No one had ever redlined the consent form before signing. "You're a lawyer?" I asked. "Neurologist?" "Alzheimer's specialist, actually." She finally met my eyes. Gray-green, sharp, tired. 45 but looked younger until you saw the exhaustion. "I know how these trials work. I've run dozens of them. Now I'm a subject in one. Irony's a bitch." She was 45. Early-onset Alzheimer's. Diagnosed 2 years ago. The trial was a Hail Mary experimental drug. Phase 2. 50-50 chance of placebo. "I'm Marcus Reed," I said. "I'll be your trial coordinator. We'll meet weekly for cognitive assessments, imaging, blood work. I'll also document my decline." She signed the form with a flourish. "I know the protocol. Let's not pretend this is anything but a slow-motion disaster I'm volunteering to let you watch." I should have flagged her pessimism, should have noted participant shows resignation inappropriate for trial participation. Instead, I said, "Coffee?" She blinked. "What?" "There's a cafe downstairs. Terrible coffee, but the chairs are comfortable. We have 30 minutes before your first MRI. I'd rather not spend it in fluorescent lighting if you'd prefer otherwise." Something shifted in her face. Softened. "You're not supposed to be nice to me," she said quietly. "You're supposed to be clinical. I'm supposed to coordinate your care. Coffee's part of that." She studied me. Then, "Fine. Black. No sugar." We sat in the cafe. She asked about my background. I told her, psychology degree, research certification, 7 years in clinical trials. Lost my mother to Alzheimer's when I was 25. "So, this is personal for you," Elena said. "Everything's personal if you pay attention. Dangerous philosophy for a researcher." "Maybe, but I'd rather be dangerous than detached." She smiled then. Small, involuntary. The first crack in her armor. "You're 32? She asked, reading my badge. "Just turned. Last week." "You're young." She said it like a fact, not an insult. "You're not old." "I'm 45, Marcus, 13 years older. And dying. That makes me ancient in the ways that matter." "I'm dying, Marcus." Slowly. Humiliatingly. "By the time I'm 40, I might not remember my own name. That makes me old in the ways that matter." I pulled out a small notebook. Wrote, March 18, 10:47 a.m. Elena said she's dying. I told her she's not old. She didn't believe me. What are you doing? She asked. Remembering. I showed her. I take notes. Everything. My mom, I wish I'd written more down. The little things. What she said. How she laughed. When it was over, I couldn't remember her voice. Elena stared at the notebook like it was a bomb. "You're going to write down everything I say?" "If you'll let me." "Why?" "Because you're worth remembering." She looked away, blinked rapidly. That's the kindest thing anyone said to me in 2 years. The trial protocol was clear. Maintain professional boundaries. Weekly cognitive tests. Monthly imaging. No personal involvement. I broke that rule on week 4. Elena came in for her assessment. She was off agitated, distracted. Scored lower on the memory exercises. Coffee? I asked after. I don't drink coffee. I showed her my notes. Asterisk March 18. Black coffee, no sugar. March 25. Same. April 1. Same. Asterisk. She read it. Her hand trembled. I forgot, she whispered. I forgot what I drink. It's starting. It's okay. It's not okay. She stood, pacing. Do you know what it's like? To study memory your entire career? To understand exactly what's happening in your brain and be completely powerless to stop it? I know the science. I know I'm going to forget you. Forget this trial. Forget my own name. And there's nothing I can do. I stood, crossed to her. Stupid. Unprofessional. Then I'll remember for both of us. She looked up at me, 6 inches shorter, even in heels. Brilliant and terrified. You can't promise that. Watch me. I don't know who moved first. Maybe both of us. But suddenly her mouth was on mine. Desperate and fierce. Her hands fisting my shirt like she was drowning and I was air. When we broke apart, she was crying. I can't do this, she said. You're my coordinator. It's unethical. And even if it weren't, what's the point? I'm going to forget you anyway. What if you don't? I wiped her tears with my thumb. What if you beat this? What if the trial works? It won't. But what if? She kissed me again. Softer. Sadder. Then I'll remember you told me that. We were careful. No one at the institute knew. We met outside my shifts, coffee shops, her apartment, Pike Place Market on Saturdays. She insisted on normal while she still could. Tell me something, she said one morning, tangled in her sheets, gray light filtering through blinds. Tell me something I'll forget so you'll have to remind me later. Like what? Anything. A memory. Make it specific, I thought. Then, my mom used to sing off-key in the kitchen. Phil Collins. In the Air Tonight. She'd use a wooden spoon as a microphone. Drove my dad crazy. Made me laugh every time. Elena traced patterns on my chest. I'm going to forget that. I know. Will you tell me again? Every time you ask. Promise? Promise. She cried quietly. I held her. Month 6. The trial wasn't working. Her scores declined steadily. She started forgetting words mid-sentence, replacing them with approximations. The thing that makes the pictures in your head. Camera. The place where we keep getting coffee. Cafe. I documented everything. You're building an archive, she said, watching me type notes after we made love. I'm building a memory. For me or for you? Both. She was quiet. Then, Marcus, when I forget you, and I will promise me you'll walk away. I don't want you visiting someone who doesn't know your face. That's not fair to you. No, Marcus. No, Elena. I'm not walking away. I'll remember enough for both of us. That's not how it works. Then we'll make it work. She laughed, bitter. You're so young. You still think love conquers all. I think love matters. Even when it's hard. It's going to get harder. A lot harder. I know. And you're staying anyway? I'm staying anyway. Month 9. Dr. Patel, the trial director, called me into her office. We've noticed your interactions with Subject 23. Subject 23. Not Elena. Clinical language. Clinical distance. I coordinate her care, I said carefully. You coordinate her care outside protocol hours. You've been seen at her residence. Marcus, you know the rules. Nothing I'm doing compromises the trial data. It compromises you. And her. If the ethics board finds out, they won't. They already have. We received an anonymous complaint. You're being removed from her case immediately. The world tilted. No. You can't. It's done. Dr. Hammond will take over. You'll transition your notes by end of day. She needs me. She needs a coordinator who can remain objective. You're too close. It's affecting your judgment. I wanted to argue. To fight. But Patel was right. I was too close. I loved Elena. And that made me useless as her researcher. The next morning, I was cleaning out my desk when I saw it. Dr. Hammond, the coordinator replacing me, walked past with a file. Elena's file. He didn't notice me, but I noticed him. The jawline, the way he held himself, the name on his ID badge. Dr. David Hammond. I'd heard that name before. Elena mentioned it once, bitter and brief. My ex-husband. Left when I got diagnosed. Couldn't handle damaged goods. My hands froze on the box of research notes. Her ex-husband was taking over her case. I found Dr. Patel in her office. Hammond, I said. You assigned Hammond? He's qualified. He's her ex-husband. Patel blinked. What? David Hammond. They were married. He left her when she was diagnosed, 2 years ago. And you just put him back in charge of her care? Different last name. She took back Voss after the divorce. Patel looked sick. Conflict of interest. You think? Pull him now and ethics board investigates. They'll find out about me. What do you want? Watch him. Make sure he treats her like a patient. Not an ex he abandoned. I left before she could respond. That night, Elena called. Crying. David's my new coordinator. He acted like he never left. Like those 2 years didn't happen. I'll fix. You can't. I'm alone with the man who abandoned me because I got sick. I wanted to break something. I'm coming over. You're not supposed to. I don't care. I cleaned out my desk. Wrote one final note in the journal. Asterisk month 9, day 3. They removed me from your case. I'm not allowed to see you at the institute anymore. But I'm not walking away. I'll see you outside these walls. Until you tell me to stop. Asterisk, asterisk. I love you, Elena. Even if you forget, I won't. Asterisk, month 13. Elena's decline accelerated. She moved into assisted living, her choice, made during a lucid window. I don't want to burden anyone, she said. I visited every day after work. Some days she knew me. Most days she didn't. Who are you? She asked one afternoon, staring at me with that heartbreaking blankness. Marcus. I'm a friend. Do I know you? You used to. I'm sorry. I don't remember. It's okay. I remember. I read her the journal, showed her photos. Sometimes her eyes would focus, like a light flickering before going dark. Marcus, she'd whisper. Then, I knew someone named Marcus once. Month 16. Her sister called. She's asking for you. I don't know why, but she keeps saying your name. I drove too fast. Broke visiting hours. Didn't care. Elena was in bed, agitated, eyes searching. I'm here, I said, taking her hand. She looked at me. Really, looked. Marcus? Yeah, it's me. Tears streaked her face. I'm forgetting you. I know. I don't want to. I know. She gripped my hand, lucid and desperate. Will you even remember me? When I'm gone? When I'm just some patient you used to coordinate? Will you remember me? I brought her hand to my lips, kissed her knuckles. I could never forget you, Elena. Ever. I'll remember your voice. How you take your coffee. The way you annotated consent forms. Your terrible jokes about neural pathways. Every word you said. Every moment. All of it. I promise. She smiled through tears. You're still so young. And you're still not old. She laughed. Soft, broken, beautiful. Don't let me forget this, she whispered. This moment? Remember it for me? I will. Promise? Promise. She fell asleep holding my hand. When she woke, she didn't know me anymore. Elena passed 3 months later. Pneumonia? Common in late-stage Alzheimer's? Her sister called at 4 a.m. I didn't cry at first. Just sat with the journal, read it cover to cover. 18 months of notes, photos, ticket stubs, coffee shop receipts. Proof she existed. Proof we mattered. The funeral was small. Her colleagues spoke clinically about her research. Her family cried quietly. I didn't speak. What could I say? That I loved her? That she changed me? That forgetting her was impossible? Instead, I went home, opened the journal, wrote, asterisk, final entry. Elena Voss died today. She forgot me long before that. But I kept my promise. I remember. Asterisk, asterisk, I remember everything. Asterisk, 2 years later. I'm speaking at the Alzheimer's Research Symposium in Boston. Keynote. The breakthrough came from data I'd collected during Elena's trial patterns no one else had noticed. It won't cure the disease, but it might slow it. Might give patients more time. I stand at the podium. 500 researchers. Press. Cameras. I dedicate this work to Dr. Elena Voss. I begin. My voice cracks. She was a participant in our trial. A brilliant neurologist. And the person who taught me that being forgotten doesn't mean you didn't matter. She mattered. She matters still. I pull out the journal. Open to a random page. September 14th. She told me the hippocampus fails first. She was explaining her own decline. I asked if she was scared. She said no, she was scared of being forgotten. I look up. The audience is silent. I told her I'd remember. And I have. Every word. Every moment. Because love isn't measured by whether someone remembers you. It's measured by whether you remember them. I close the journal. Tears blur my vision. Elena, wherever you are, I could never forget you. Ever. The room erupts in applause, but I don't hear it. I'm back in that cafe, watching her smile over terrible black coffee. I'm in her apartment, holding her while she cries. I'm reading her journal in a care facility, promising something impossible. I kept that promise. Month 3. Elena started bringing her own notebook to our meetings. What's that? I asked. Counter documentation. She showed me. Pages of observations about me. Asterisk, Marcus brings terrible jokes to cheer me up. Marcus notices when I'm tired. Marcus remembered I hate the smell of hand sanitizer. Asterisk, you're documenting me? Fair's fair. If you're remembering me, I'm remembering you. While I still can, we started things I'll forget. Every week, she'd list memories to preserve. Asterisk week 8, Pike Place, fish and flowers. Asterisk week 10, your laugh, like a surprised seal. Asterisk week 12, your hand in mine, the warmth. Asterisk I read them back later. She cried every time. Month 7, the word-finding problems got worse. We were at dinner. She paused mid-sentence, frustrated. The metal thing, for eating. Fork? No. The other one. Spoon? Yes. Relief flooded her face. Then, no. Damn it. The sharp one. Knife. She put her face in her hands. I can't remember knife. I'm a fucking neurologist and I can't remember knife. I reached across the table, took her hands. It's okay, stop saying that. She pulled away. It's not okay. Nothing about this is okay. I'm 38 years old and I'm losing my mind piece by piece. You're watching me dissolve and pretending it's fine. It's not fine. The restaurant went quiet. People stared. I stood, threw cash on the table. Let's go. Outside, she leaned against the brick wall, breathing hard. I'm sorry, she said. I'm sorry. Stop apologizing. I can't do this to you. You should leave. Find someone whole. You are whole. I'm broken, Marcus. Fundamentally broken. You're Elena. That's all that matters. She looked at me, tears streaming. Why? Why do you stay? Because I love you. First time I'd said it out loud. It hung between us, like a confession. You shouldn't, she whispered. Too late. She kissed me. Desperate. Fierce. I love you too. And I hate that I won't remember saying it. Then, say it again. I love you. Marcus Reed. I love you. I love you. We stood on that sidewalk, her voice like a prayer I was memorizing. Month 8. She forgot my birthday. I didn't mention it. But she figured it out 3 days later, found the date in my file. She showed up at my apartment at midnight, holding a cupcake. Single candle. I forgot your birthday, she said, devastated. Elena, it's not okay, I said. It's terrible, but I'm not leaving. You should leave. I won't. I'm staying. She collapsed against me. You're insane. Probably. We ate the cupcake. I made a wish. She asked what it was. More time, I said. She kissed buttercream off my lips. Me too. Month 14. Elena sat in the common room, blank. Do I know you? 5th time that week. I'm Marcus. We're friends. I pulled out the journal. Pike Place. Halfway through, she put her hand on mine. Did I love you? My throat closed. Yes. A lot. Good. You seem like someone worth loving. Month 17. Bad day. Elena didn't recognize anyone. Not her sister, not the nurses, not me. She was agitated. Kept asking for someone named Catherine. Her mother, dead 10 years. Catherine's not here, the nurse said gently. Where is she? I need her. Where's Catherine? I'm sorry, honey. She's not. She's coming, Elena screamed. She's coming. She promised. I couldn't watch. Stepped into the hall. Put my head against the wall. Her sister found me. You should stop, she said quietly. Coming here. It's not fair to you. It's fine. It's not fine. Marcus, she doesn't know you. She's not going to get better. You're torturing yourself for someone who doesn't exist anymore. She exists. No, my sister existed. That person in there, that's not Elena. That's exactly Elena, just different. You're 28 years old, 32. You have your whole life ahead of you. Don't waste it on this. I looked at her. Loving Elena was never a waste. She softened. I know you loved her. But she's gone, Marcus. Let her go. I went back into Elena's room, sat beside her. She was calm now, staring at the ceiling. Elena? No response. I don't know if you can hear me, but I need to say this. I took her hand. Your sister thinks I should stop coming. Maybe she's right. Maybe you're too far gone to know I'm here. But I made you a promise. And I'm keeping it. I opened the journal, found the entry. Month 16. You asked if I'd remember you. I said I could never forget. Ever. That's still true. It'll always be true. Her fingers twitched in mine. I'm not going anywhere. Elena, even if you don't know me, even if I'm just some stranger who shows up and reads you stories, I'm staying. She turned her head, looked at me. For 1 second, one impossible, beautiful second, her eyes cleared. Marcus, she whispered. I couldn't breathe. Yeah, it's me. I'm forgetting you. I know. I don't want to. I know. She squeezed my hand. Weak. Desperate. Will you even remember me? When I'm gone? Will you? I brought her hand to my lips. I could never forget you, Elena. Ever. She smiled, tears slipping down her temples. You're still so young, and you're still not old. She laughed. Soft. Broken. I love you, Marcus Reed. I love you too. Her eyes fluttered closed. Don't forget. Never. She fell asleep. When she woke, she didn't know me anymore. She never did again. Week 2. Elena showed up for her MRI wearing mismatched shoes. She noticed me noticing her mismatched shoes. Black left heel, brown right flat. I know what this means, she said, voice cracking. Executive function decline. I pulled off my left shoe, my right shoe, walked to the MRI tech in mismatched socks. Elena stared at me. Then for the first time since I'd met her, she laughed. Really laughed. You're ridiculous, she said. I'm committed to the bit. She shook her head, smiling. Thank you. For what? For not making it a thing. It's not a thing. It's shoes. It's not shoes, Marcus. And you know it. I did. But I didn't say that. Week 3. Coffee became routine. She'd finish her assessment. We'd go downstairs. Black coffee, no sugar. Terrible pastries we pretended were edible. She started talking. Really talking. About medical school. The first patient she lost. Her ex-husband who left when she got diagnosed couldn't handle damaged goods. I'm sorry, I said. Showed me who he was before I forgot him. Dark humor. She used it like armor. What about you? She asked. Why memory research? Really? I told you. My mom. No. That's the pitch. What's the real reason? I hesitated. Then, guilt. For what? For not writing enough down? For assuming I'd remember? For being 25 and stupid and thinking I had time? I looked at my notebook. I didn't have time. No one does. So now I write everything. Document everything. Because forgetting feels like erasing. And I can't. My voice broke. I can't erase her again. Elena was quiet. Then she put her hand over mine. You're a good son, Marcus Reed. I was a careless son. You were a human son. That's enough. Week 4. The kiss. I've already told you about that. How she forgot her coffee order. How I showed her my notes. How we broke protocol, and common sense, and possibly several ethics codes. What I didn't tell you. Afterward, sitting in her office, I asked if she regretted it. Regret, she repeated. That requires remembering. Ask me tomorrow. I might not even know it happened. You will. How do you know? Because some things stick. Even in Alzheimer's. Emotional memories. Sensory memories. The feeling, even if the details fade. She looked at me. You really believe that? I have to. Why? Because if I don't, then everything we're doing this trial, this research, me documenting every word you say, it's all pointless. It might be pointless anyway, but it might not. She kissed me again. Softer. I'm going to hurt you, Marcus. I know. I'm going to forget you. I know. And you're okay with that? No. But I'm doing it anyway. Month 2. We went public, sort of. Not at the institute. But to her sister, Rachel. You're dating your trial coordinator? Rachel said, not quite yelling but close. He's not my coordinator, Elena argued weakly. What does that even mean? He coordinates, but he's not. It's complicated. Rachel looked at me. You know this is insane, right? I'm aware. She's sick. Really sick. I know. She's going to get worse. I know. Then why? Because I love her. Rachel blinked, looked at Elena. Back to me. You told him? He figured it out, Elena said quietly. And you're okay with this? Rachel asked her. With dragging someone else into this nightmare? I'm not okay with any of it. But he's here anyway. He shouldn't be. Probably not. But he is. Rachel studied us. Then she sighed. Fine. But when this ends badly, and it will, don't say I didn't warn you. We left. In the car, Elena was quiet. She's right, you know, she finally said. About what? This ending badly. Maybe. Definitely. I took her hand. Then we make the middle good. Month 5. She started forgetting route memories. We were driving to her apartment. She'd lived there 8 years. Turn left here, I said. Why? Your apartment. She looked around. This isn't, she paused. Is it? Yeah. I don't recognize it. She tried to hide the panic. Failed. Inside, she walked through her own apartment like a stranger's house, touching furniture, checking cabinets. I know this place, she said. I know I do. But it's like looking through fog. I see shapes, but not details. I sat her on the couch, made her tea, chamomile, honey. I had notes. Tell me something, she said. Something I told you. I pulled out my notebook. Flipped pages. Week 3. You bought this the day your divorce finalized? Painted the bedroom yourself, drips everywhere. Said it was the first thing in 10 years that was completely your choice. The kitchen window faces east. You drink coffee watching sunrise? You said it reminds you every day is a fresh start. Marcus. Yeah? Don't let me forget that. The feeling of starting fresh, even when I can't remember why I need to? I won't. Promise? Promise. The funeral was on a Tuesday. Rain. Of course it rained. Rachel gave the eulogy. Talked about Elena's research. Her brilliance. Her dedication. All true. All clinical. I sat in the back. Didn't trust myself to speak. After, people shared memories. Colleagues. Former patients. I collected their stories, wrote them down later. That night, I opened the journal. Started from the beginning. Asterisk March 18. Day 1. Dr. Elena Voss. Asterisk I read for hours. 18 months captured in ink. Every laugh. Every tear. All preserved. Rachel found me 3 days later. Brought groceries. You need to grieve, she said. Not just archive. She asked me to remember. This is how I keep that promise. She left me alone. Month 6, after her death. I couldn't go back to research. The ethics violation followed me. Blacklisted. No institute would hire me. I took a job at a community clinic. Administrative work, filing, scheduling. Nothing that required trust. My former boss called. We need your notes on Voss's data. I'm not certified. Use the archive. I hung up. Rachel found me at the clinic. Left me Elena's journal, the one she kept about me. She wanted you to have this. I didn't open it for 6 months. Year 1. I published Elena's data independently. No institutional backing. Self-funded journal submission. It was rejected. 3 times. Compromised methodology. Conflict of interest. Unreliable narrator. I kept trying. Year, 18 months. A small journal accepted it. Specialized. Low readership, but published. Early Indicators of Alzheimer's Progression. A case study by Marcus Reed and Dr. Elena Voss. Posthumous. No one noticed. Researchers asked about caregiving. I started a support group, shared Elena's story, showed them the journal. She won't remember me, one man said about his wife. The point is that you remember her. That's enough. Year 3. Boston. Breakout session, 40 people, panel speaker, #3. A researcher approached. Your Voss paper. We built on it. Phase 3 trials now. Patients gaining months, years. My throat closed. We tried to contact you. Your email bounced. I don't work in research anymore. You should. He handed me a card. Year 4. I'm back. Junior researcher. Probationary? A young woman approaches at a conference. Mr. Reed? Your protocol, it's working. I'm stable. Thank Dr. Voss, I manage. I do. Every day. Elena mattered. Even though it took years to prove. Even though I lost everything. She mattered. And I remembered. That night, alone in my hotel room, I opened the journal. Final, empty page. I wrote, asterisk, 2 years gone. I kept my promise. Remembered everything. Asterisk, asterisk. Your research saves lives. Sarah and dozens more. Asterisk, asterisk, I still see you. Gray-green eyes. Black coffee. Mismatched shoes. Asterisk. Asterisk. You asked if I'd remember. Asterisk. Asterisk. I could never forget. Asterisk. Asterisk. Always. Asterisk. I closed the journal. Set it beside me. And for the first time since she died, I let myself cry. Not for what was lost, but for what remained. Memory, love, impact. Elena Voss. 45 years old. Brilliant. Broken. Beautiful. Gone but never forgotten. Not by me. Never by me. End.